Namaste. Welcome. My name is Mikaela Soldan. This is a Kapha balancing sequence. So Ayurvedically, Kapha dosha consists of earth and water elements, which as they mix up, become muddy and very heavy texture. And traditionally, spring is considered a kapha season because we experience a little bit more wetness and the water mixing with the earth, making it heavy. And when this happens to us kind of energetically, we tend to feel sluggish, we tend to feel heavy, we tend to feel like we can't really motivate ourselves to do anything, even though the spring has sprung and we might kind of see the beautiful daylight, but still feel heavy on the inside. So this practice is designed to balance that energy, to make you feel a little lighter, maybe help to create a little bit of heat, to remove that accumulated kapha dosha from the chest area where we usually feel congestion. And to make you feel overall lighter, more motivated, more inspired. Thank you for joining me. You will need 2 blocks. You will need 1 blanket, and if you have a strap or a scarf or some sort of a belt that you can use. And then you can take your blocks to the front part of your mat and come to sit on your blanket. And we will begin with some breathing techniques. So like I mentioned, kapha dosha, it accumulates at the chest. So usually in the respiratory organs, we can feel heaviness and congestion in the lungs, mucus in the throat, maybe congestion in our nose as well. So we're going to be doing some breathing techniques that help to remove the phlegm or just move energy around these areas. We'll begin with Padadirsasana, which is a balancing breathing technique. So bring your right hand under your left armpit and left hand under the right armpit. And as you're sitting comfortably, just let the weight of your upper arms relax over your hands. Let your eyes close and your jaw relax. And start breathing in towards your hands. Just feeling the chest moving, the chest lifting on the inhale. And the chest gently releasing down on the exhale. And one sign of kapha imbalance would be that you wouldn't necessarily feel a lot of breath in the chest. Maybe more of your breath is happening in the belly area. And if that is the case, you can intentionally breathe more into your hands. Breathing into the chest is a bit more uplifting and inspiring and energizing. Breathing into the belly is more grounding. And we're always looking for balance, never excess in anything becomes dangerous if there is an excess to it. Even kale or avocados or things that we normally consider healthy, in excess, even they become unhealthy. And then again, in moderation, even the things that we consider unhealthy can be healthy. Maybe a glass of wine or something sweet. Watching a movie, things that we might, as we overindulge, find to make us heavy and make us imbalanced. In moderation, everything is healthy. So as best as you can, feel the breath in the belly and in the chest, in the side ribs. Allowing your energy to come more and more inward. And as you feel your energies balancing, you can start lowering the hands down and keep your focus still inward. Lower the hands over the thighs, keeping the eyes closed. Visualize the main energetic pathway from the crown of the head to the base of your spine. You might even imagine that it is like a silvery cord. Your channel connection to the unbound intelligence that you can anchor into the body, into the earth, as you tap into that wisdom, into that line. And we will be using a technique called Kapha, which is a pranayama technique. Moves energy rapidly from the base up. So any heaviness or congested energy that has gotten stuck into the lower parts of the body will lift the energy up to feel a bit more inspired. You can slowly lower the chin down to the chest and flutter the eyes open. In Kapha breathing technique, we'll use the abdominal muscles to pump the breath out. So we'll do short, sharp exhales, pumping with the abdominals. The inhale will happen quite naturally through the nose. We will do 3 rounds of 27 breaths. And you can, if you are new to this practice, you can place your hands on your belly and try it a couple of times. So very kind of short and sharp. Yeah. If you are familiar with the practice, you can keep your hands over your knees, maybe the thumb and the index finger together. We'll start by breathing deeply. So deep inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth for the exhale. And take about half an inhale, and then we'll begin 27 short, sharp exhales. Slow it down, breathe all the way out. As you inhale, breathe in fully. We're going to hold the breath on top. Unless you're pregnant or doesn't feel good to hold the breath, then don't. Otherwise, lower the chin down to the chest. Lift the pelvic floor. Scoop the navel in and up, creating this tri-lock, Treta Bandha. Holding the energy in, like you're containing now all this energy that you just moved from the base up towards the skull. When you can't hold any longer, slowly release the locks, lift the chin, release the pelvic floor, the navel. Just pause here and observe how you feel. And we'll do another round. If you started feeling spacey or in any way anxious or fearful, then you can skip and breathe deeply the last 2 remaining rounds. Otherwise, start with a long breath in through the nose and exhale, open the mouth. Next, about half an inhale, begin 27. Slow it down, breathe all the way out, breathe all the way in. Again, holding the breath, tuck the chin, lift the pelvic floor, draw the navel in and up, straighten the elbows, holding the energy. When you can't hold any longer, again, release the chin, soften the elbows, release the navel, the pelvic floor, and pause. One last round. This time, if you want to bring your arms up, curl the forefingers in, thumbs point up. Start with a nice long breath. About half a breath in, and then begin last round of 27. Breathe all the way out. Breathe all the way in. If you have your arms up, lock the thumbs, straighten the elbows, point the fingers, lower the chin down, holding the breath, navel draws in and up, pelvic floor lifts. Really directing the arms up, the energy up as you contain and down. When you can't hold any longer, again, release. Lower the hands down, keep the eyes closed, let the chin float up. And this technique translates to shining skull, bringing energy up towards the crown of the head to bring about clarity. And also good for removing old, stale air from the lungs. Bring the palms together at the heart. Bow your head down. And then lower the hands down, flutter the eyes open. Come onto hands and knees, all fours. If your knees are sensitive, you can add the blanket under the knees. Otherwise, just spread your fingers wide. Have your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees hip distance apart. Start by circling the spine in one direction. Moving in any kind of way. And what is typical of Kapha dosha is that it is a cold dosha, so it doesn't contain fire. Of course, all of us, we do have all the elements. But if you're predominantly Kapha dosha, it means you might have less fire, might have more earth and water elements. And as the body is a little cold, it takes a while for it to warm up. It can move in the other direction. So when we have predominantly Kapha body, or maybe we have a Kapha imbalance, it might take a while to get going. So give yourself the time. Kapha is very steady when it gets going, so it has this consistency to the energy. And then slowing down the movement. Curl the toes under as you inhale, reach the heart forward, lengthen the back of the neck for cow pose. On the exhale, press the tops of the feet down, begin to round, draw the navel in and up and release. Continue here, inhale, reaching the heart forward, lengthen the back of the neck. Exhale and round, press the floor away. Continue a few more times. And if you know Ujjayi breath, you can start Ujjayi, that slight constriction at the back of the throat, helping you to create a little bit of heat in the body, helps you to lengthen the breath, make it a bit more active. So if we have a really severe case of Kapha imbalance and we don't feel like doing anything, Ujjayi can be a really useful pranayama in addition to Kapalabhati that we just did to get you going. And after this next round, just come back to neutral spine. Move your hands a few inches forward so they go above your shoulders. And then curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, coming to downward facing dog. And here in down dog, you can bend the knees, kind of like stretching the backs of the legs. You can take a sigh breath or two. And then as you begin to slow down the movement, eventually look for steadiness, stillness in your down dog. Continue spreading the fingers wide. Press the arms or the hands into the floor, using the upper arms to press away, allowing the hips to move up towards the ceiling where the floor, the back wall and the ceiling meet. And then as you next breathe in, come forward into plank pose. Create one long line with the body. Make sure your shoulders come right over the wrists. Lengthen the crown of the head forward and engage the core. And as you exhale, press back into downward facing dog. And then move like this a few times. Inhale, come forward, engage the thighs, engage the core, the arms. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. 2 more times on your own. Just listen to the sound of your breath and allow the movement to happen right inside the breath. Really nice. And the next inhale, come forward into plank pose. And this time, turn to the left, turn your toes to the left, lift your left arm up, maybe looking up. And then lower the hand back down. Inhale. And on the exhale, turn to the right side. Turn the toes, one foot in front of the other. Come back to center. Inhale in plank pose. And exhale, press back to downward facing dog. And we'll do that same thing again. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. On the exhale, turn to the left, lift the left arm up. Inhale, come back to plank pose, resist the floor. And exhale, turn to the right side, lift the right arm up, lengthen the back of your neck. Inhale, come back to plank pose, lengthen. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. One more time, this time adding movement. Inhale, coming forward into plank pose. Exhale, open out to the left, lift the left arm. Bend your knees, bring your left hand to your hip and inhale. And then exhale, lengthen up and over, really reaching far. Inhale, bend the knees, hand to hip. Exhale, lengthen up and over. Inhale, bend the knees, hand to hip. Exhale, lengthen up and over, really reaching long. Come back to plank pose, inhale, and then turn to the right side on the exhale. Same thing here, bend the knees, bring the hand to the hip as you inhale. Exhale, lengthen up and over. Twice more. Good, and then from here, lengthen far, lower the hand down, inhale in plank pose. On the exhale, with or without your knees, lower all the way onto your belly. Point the toes back, have your hands right next to your ribs, and as you next inhale, lift your head on your chest for baby cobra. Exhale and release all the way down, and do 2 more. Keep pressing all the toenails into the floor, engaging the thighs, and then releasing down. Come back to hands and knees, and then send your seat back to the heels. Bring the elbows to the floor, and then bring the palms together as you lower your forehead between your upper arms. So a little bit more active version of child's pose. That involves a shoulder opener, a little bit of a chest opener. And then from here, start lengthening the arms forward, reaching far. Roll up to hands and knees, curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back, come to downward facing dog. And now from down dog, as you next inhale, lift the right leg straight back. And on the exhale, draw the right knee into your chest and then step the right foot down. And now lower the left knee down, use padding if needed. And then inhale, reach both arms up. Turn the pinkies to face the front of the room. Lengthen the back of the neck and engage the lowest abdominals. And then you can stay here if you want to bend the elbows, lace the fingers at the back of the head and open at the chest just a bit more. Again, Kapha dosha accumulates in the chest. So you want to open at the chest as best as you can to get energy moving in there. Good, and then from here, lower the hands back down to the floor. Lift the back knee, step back to downward facing dog. And then from here, inhale, lift the left leg up, press the foot in towards the back wall. And exhale, draw the knee into the chest and step the foot down. Bring the right knee down. And then as you're ready, inhale and lift the arms up. And you can stay here, or maybe you bend the elbows, lace the fingers, open at the chest as you broaden the elbows wide to the side. And keep protecting the back of the neck by lengthening there as you release some of your head weight into your hands, not all of it. And then from here, return back to center, lower the hands down, lift the back knee, step back to downward facing dog. And now from down dog, you can bend your knees and look forward. You can walk, or you can take a longer step with your feet to meet your hands. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Energize the legs here and inhale, rise all the way up. Stretch your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. And then you can take a moment to lower the hands down. If you would like, you can take one of your blocks and place it between your thighs for sun breath, just to keep the legs active. So sometimes if we have that feeling of sluggishness, then we stop engaging in the legs and the weight kind of collapses down. So this is just to remind you to energize your legs. So you can squeeze into the block towards the midline. Bring your palms together. You can close the eyes here and just feel the energy from the soles of the feet all the way to through the legs to the pelvic floor. And as you next begin to inhale, reach the arms around and up. And as you begin to exhale, fold forward out over the legs. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms around and up. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. We'll go 2 more times. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Keep squeezing into the block to energize the legs. Exhale, fold forward over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. Inhale, reaching the arms up, reaching for inspiration. Exhale, fold forward, allowing the inspiration to come into your body. Inhale, lift halfway, again, lengthen the crown forward. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. Allow your arms to release by your sides. Feel a broadening across the chest. The energy still through the legs, so you are really standing on your legs, supported, lifted. Slowly fluttering the eyes open. You can take the block out of the way and just come to stand in your regular Tadasana now with your big toes perhaps together or maybe slightly apart, the heels apart. Bring the palms to touch at the heart center and find that same sense of liftedness and energy and inspiration to stand on your own 2 feet. And as you next inhale, reach the arms around and up. And as you begin to exhale, fold forward out over the legs. As you inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the hands down, step the left leg far back. We'll take a twist here. You can add a block under the left hand. Inhale, the right arm reaches up. Exhale, bring the right hand back down, the left hand down. Inhale, plank pose, one long line with the body. Exhale, lower down halfway or all the way. Inhale, baby cobra like we did before, or come to upward facing dog. And then exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. And take a nice long breath in through the nose. Exhale, maybe open the mouth or just simply breathe out. Next, inhale, lift the left leg straight back. Exhale, draw the left knee into your chest and then step the foot down. Help it up if it doesn't come all the way. Right hand stays down, floor or block. Inhale, lift the left arm up for a twist. Exhale, bring the hand back to the mat. Now step the back foot forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine at the top of the mat. Exhale and fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, stretch your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. Same thing again. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Exhale, fold forward, out over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the hands down, step the right leg back. Keep the right hand down. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, lower the left hand down. Inhale, plank pose, one long line, staying strong. Exhale, lower down in one unit. Inhale, baby cobra or come to up dog, opening the chest. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Pausing here, take a nice long breath again. Next, inhale, lift the right leg straight back. On the exhale, draw the knee into the chest, step the foot down. Twisting from here, left hand down, inhale, right arm up. Exhale, lower the right hand down. And then step the left foot to the front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold over the legs. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. We'll go 4 more Surya Namaskar A's together. Inhale, reach the arms around and up. Exhale, fold forward, out over the legs. Inhale, prepare, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the hands down. Chaturanga, you can step back to plank pose and lower. You can jump straight back to chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend of choice. Keep the legs active. Exhale, take it back to down dog. We'll only hold down dog for 1 breath. Since Kapha dosha sometimes gets stuck, we don't want to get stuck in our practice. Next, inhale, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, or hop your feet to your hands. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up, stretch your arms out to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. Inhale, sweep the arms around and up. Exhale, fold forward, out over the legs. Inhale, prepare, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down, chaturanga, stepping back or jumping back. Inhale, your back bend of choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, 1 breath in, down dog. Next, inhale, start bending the knees, look forward. Exhale, step, walk, or jump your feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach the arms. Exhale, lower the hands down. Inhale, reaching the arms around and up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, prepare, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga or plank chaturanga, which I'm doing, stepping back and then lowering down. If you jump, always jump on the bent elbows. Your back bend, take it back to down dog. One breath there. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step walk or jump the feet to the hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale, rise up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, lower the hands down, Tadasana. One more time, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale and fold over the legs. Inhale, prepare, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down, plank and chaturanga or jump directly to chaturanga, bent elbows. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog and pause. One long breath in and a long breath out. Inhale to prepare, lengthen, look forward. Exhale, step walk or hop your feet to the hands. Inhale, right away, lengthen the spine at the top of the mat. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, rise up to standing, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. And then just let your arms release down. You can close the eyes, soften the jaw. Maybe feeling a little bit of heat in the body. Watch the breath now. Where is the breath moving? Belly, side ribs, chest. If you observe your inhale and your exhale, is one longer? Does one seem a bit more dominant? And sometimes when we have a kapha imbalance, our exhale is longer. Kind of letting out more than what we're taking in. And then begin to flutter the eyes open. From here, bring your feet all the way together. And then we'll take chair pose, start bending the knees. Inhale, reaching the arms up. And then exhale, fold forward out over the legs. Inhale, lift halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower the hands down. Again, you can move through the vinyasa, step back or jump back. Coming into downward facing dog. And from down dog, lift the right leg up. Let the hip open now. And then bend the right knee. And just pause here for a moment. Feel the lower belly supporting. Lift up, up, up with all that you can. Take one more inhale. And then exhale. Use the abdominals to step the right foot forward next to the right thumb. Bring the left heel down. From here, cartwheel the arms out to the sides. Warrior 2 with the shoulders right over the hips. So adjust that if needed. Eventually turn the gaze forward. Back of the neck long, the jaw can relax. And your gaze in one point, but notice if your gaze starts to get stuck, if you start kind of just losing what you're looking at, and sharpen a little bit, sharpening your focus. Inviting these energies of determination, willpower. And then turn the right palm open, straighten the right leg. Inhale, reach up and back for reverse trikonasana. On the exhale, rebend the right knee, bring the forearm against the thigh and sweep the left arm up and over. And then move like this. Inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale. exhale, bring the forearm against the thigh, the left arm overhead. And twice more. Next time as you come forward, pause there. You can stay in this forearm variation as long as you're not collapsing down, but you're actively lifting yourself up with the arms, with your lower belly abdominal support. You could also lower the hand down onto a block if you'd like to go lower. You can also take the left arm behind you, bend the elbow, reach for the lower back or even your inner thigh or outer right thigh. Keep the back of the neck long and your breath steady. Really nice. And then if your arm is behind the back, lift it up again. Now bring the hand to the hip and your gaze down. We're going to take half moon pose, so you can heel toe the back foot a little bit closer. Take your block, step it forward a foot or so. Lift the left leg up, flex the foot. Really actively lift away from the floor. So a tendency for kapha, excess kapha, is to feel heavy. Can you now invite a sense of liftedness and lightness, engaging all the muscles of the body? Lift the top arm up. Maybe the gaze comes to the side. And then if you fall, just learn how to fall with grace. Learn how to stand up without judgment. Nice. Lower the gaze back down. We'll step back to warrior two. So bend the front knee. Slow this down as best as you can, as lightly as you can. Step far back, open the arms out wide. Turn the right palm open. Inhale, reach up and back, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Lift the back knee. Come to plank pose. You could leave the back leg lifted as you move through the vinyasa, just to give you a little bit of extra energy, extra challenge. Come back to downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, stick out the tongue for lion's breath. Nice detoxifying breath. And then inhale, lift the left leg up, open the hip, lift the leg as high as it comes, and then bend the knee. Pausing here. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, step the left foot next to the left thumb, and then lower the right heel down, cartwheel the arms out to the sides. Align the shoulders over the hips, and then turn the gaze forward. Maybe bending the front knee a little bit deeper, especially if you find yourself starting to daydream here. Then just add a little bit of kind of challenge or energy into the pose. Bending the knee should keep you present when you feel sensation in the legs. When we are in a kapha state, we are kind of usually always looking for extra comfort. We just want to stay on the couch and be super comfortable. But that in excess, it creates this imbalance of feeling heavy, of feeling like not having the energy even when it is the time to move again. Turn the left palm open, straighten the left knee, inhale, reach up and back. Then exhale, bring the forearm against the thigh and sweep the right arm up and overhead. And continue 3 times on your own. One more inhale, reaching up and back. Exhale, bring the forearm against the thigh, reach the right arm up overhead. You can stay in this variation, or maybe you lowered your hand onto a block. Maybe the top arm comes behind your back. Keeping the lower belly active in any version. inner thighs really activating here. The inner thighs hugging towards one another. And then if the top arm is behind your back, lift it up just to bring the hand onto your hip. You can heel toe the back foot in a little bit closer. Look for a block and then shift your weight forward. Again, lifting up through the standing leg, the arm that is supporting you. And then maybe the top arm lifts up, flex the back toes. You can take the gaze out to the side if you feel steady enough to do so. And then start lowering the gaze back down. Bring the hand to the hip, shift the weight forward, bend the left knee as slowly and gracefully and lightly as you can. Step the back foot far back, warrior two. Turn the left palm open, inhale, reach up and back. And then exhale, cartwheel the arms down. Come to the ball of the back foot. If you want to do one-legged vinyasa, go for it. The left leg lifted. It's one last here in this sequence. Your back bend of choice. Exhale, come to downward facing dog. And pause in down dog. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale against lion's breath. Stick out the tongue. Next, inhale from down dog, bend the knees and look forward. Exhale, step walk or jump your feet to your hands. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lift halfway. Exhale and fold all the way down. And now walk your hands forward. Look for your blocks and place the blocks. I like the highest height. You could choose another height as well. A little bit ahead of your toes. Your hands on either block. Hands on each. One on each. And then bend your left knee. Inhale, lift the right arm up, open to the side. And then exhale, lower the right hand down. Same thing on the other side. Bend the right knee, lift the left arm up. Exhale, lower the left hand down. And now move like this. Inhale the right. Exhale, lower down. Inhale the left. Exhale, lower down. One last time each side, and this time as you lift the right arm up, pause for a moment. Just feel the spine lengthening on the inhale. Good. Let your next exhale lower the hand down, and then one last time on the left side, lift the left arm up, bend the right knee. Exhale, lower the hand back down. Can release the neck and shake it out. And then leave the blocks on your next breath in. Lift both arms up, coming up to standing. On the exhale, lower the hands down through the midline. And then lower the hands down. Take your blocks on either side of your feet. And then take your hands to your hips. Step your left leg back about maybe 3 feet or 1 meter or so, and flatten the whole back foot down. The toes are slightly turned in, kind of in the direction of your front block. And then make sure the hips turn directly forward, the sternum, the nose forward. And then from here, open your arms out to the side. Turn the thumbs to point down, and then you could bring the fists together. You could hold on to opposite elbows, or you could do reverse namaste all the way, palms together. I'm going to hold on to opposite elbows and then draw the navel in and up. So zip back up if you notice that there has been an extra kind of curve created in the lower back. Inhale, lengthen, keep the activity in the lower belly. And then on the exhale, start hinging forward. And now, even though it's a forward fold, with this arm variation, we're keeping the chest broad and open, making it a bit more kind of useful for the Kapha season. And keep broadening the chest and lengthening the spine, making it a bit more active. The legs have to be more active. You have to stay further upright in this variation. Really good. And take one more inhale here. And then on the exhale, lower your hands onto the blocks that are now there waiting for you. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale without rounding, lower your hands. Maybe if the hands could come further back, you can lower the blocks on a lower height. Otherwise, just stay here. Keep drawing the right hip back and the left one forward. And then next breath in, lift halfway. Bring your left block closer to the right foot and place your left hand there. Bring the right hand to the sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, begin to twist to the right side, rotating open to the right side. And then you can stay here. If it feels effortless to lift the right arm up, meaning you're not yanking in the shoulder, then you can do that. Otherwise, keep the hand on the sacrum. Just focus on the twist. It's really the same twist with or without the arm. The abdominals are the ones that really help the twist. So keep using the abdominals for rotating the spine. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, lower the hand back down. And then bring the hands to the hips, and from here, rise all the way up to standing. Step the left foot forward. If you need to shake out the legs here a bit. And then leaving the left foot forward, step the right foot back. Direct the pelvis forward again. Open the arms out to the side. Turn the palms to face down. And then same hold as you did on the first side. Inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, start hinging forward any amount. And you can really stay as high as you need to. Keep the spine long. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, lower the hands down to the blocks. Take a few moments here. And then bring your right block closer to the left foot and your left hand to your sacrum. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, begin to rotate open to the left side. Stay here. If you did lift the top arm up, you can do the same thing here on this side. Nice. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, lower the hand down, releasing the twist. Take your hands to your hips, and then from here, come all the way up. Step the back foot forward, shake out the legs. And then you can move the blocks out of the way and take your strap now if you have one. And we're going to be doing a twist with or without the strap. I'm going to show it with the strap, and you can choose whether that is something you want to do or not. But shift your weight to your left leg. Left leg is your standing leg. And then look forward, eye level into one point. Start lifting the right knee up. And now if you're using a strap, you would loop the strap around the ball of the foot and extend the leg. If you're not using a strap, you can leave your knee bent and hold on to it, or take a yogic toe lock of the right big toe. Good. And then first, just keeping the leg in front of you for a few moments. Notice if your weight pours back, can you stand right over your standing leg? And then hold on to the strap with your left hand. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then exhale, begin to twist open to the right side. Very similar shape to what we just did in the forward fold. Gaze in one point helps you to balance. Next, inhale, come back up, lift the arm up. Lower the hand first to the strap, and then release the foot down and shake it out. And then bring the weight to the right leg. Make that your standing leg. Lift your left knee in front of you. Loop the strap around the ball of the foot, and then extend the leg. And pause here for a moment. Finding your form. Hold on to the strap with your right hand. Inhale, left arm reaches up. Exhale, rotate open to the left side. Next inhale, come back to center, lift your left arm up, lower the left arm down, and then release the foot. Again, you can shake it out. And then you can put the strap down for a moment. We'll release the hip flexors now, so it requires a lot of flexion from the hips to do the previous poses. We'll do dancer pose to help the hip flexors to release. So another balancing pose, and you can always hold on to the wall when we're doing balancing poses. Now standing on your right leg, again lifting your gaze eye level. And then when you're ready, bend the left knee, but this time bring the heel towards the buttock. And with your left hand, hold on to the inner part of the foot. Draw the knee close to the other one. Inhale, reach the right arm up. You can bring the thumb and the index finger together. And as you exhale, start pressing the left foot into the hand and tip forward. Breathing here, and if you fall, set it back up. And the next inhale, slowly come back to center. Exhale, release the hand down and the foot down. And release that one. And then come to stand on your left leg. And hands to hips, bend the right knee. Hold on to the right foot with your hand on the inside. Draw the knees close together. This way the pelvis doesn't start opening up. Inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, start pressing the right foot into the right hand. Lengthen forward. And the next inhale, bring yourself back up. Exhale, release the hand and the foot. You can shake it out. And then face forward on your mat. Bring your feet mat distance apart. Turn the toes slightly out. We'll come into Malasana, squatting pose. And if you want to, you can sit onto your block. If you're feeling very kapha and you start collapsing, remove the block and really engage the muscles of the pelvis to hold you here. Bring the palms together, broaden the chest. And we'll use Saham Kriya for inspiration. On the inhale, feel the center line as if you're drawing energy in through the crown of the head, down the line. And on the exhale, from right in front of the sacrum, radiate that light or inspiration to every cell of your body. Sa on the inhale and hum on the exhale. Really nice. And then release your hands. Bring your hands behind your hips and then sit back. Instead of dropping back, see if you can sit back. Bring your feet to the floor. Your hands to the backs of your knees. Lengthen the spine, broaden the chest, and then lean back, lift the shins up. Either parallel with the floor, maybe diagonal, maybe you lift them all the way up. Yeah, choose your height. You can stay here, continue lifting at the chest. You could reach the arms up. Your gaze in one point. Nice. Next inhale here. On the exhale, lower halfway down. Ardha Navasana. Hover here. Your gaze still to the big toes. If you're shaking, that's okay. I think we all are. Good. Take one more inhale. Exhale, release all the way down. Let out a sigh. And then start bending your knees. Bring the heels right underneath the heels right under the knees, and then your arms alongside of you. And as you next inhale, lift the hips, and now shimmy the shoulder blades underneath you. Interlace the fingers. Press the upper arms into the floor and lift as best as you can without crunching at the butt. So release a little bit of the butt and then lift from the hamstrings by pressing into the floor with your feet. Next inhale, lift the heels up high, separate your hands, and then as you exhale, lower all the way down, one vertebrae at a time. You can let the arms come out a little wider, rock the hips or the knees from side to side, so like windshield wipers. And then one more round. If you want to do the same bridge pose, you can. Or if you want to take a deeper back bend for extra shot of inspiration, wheel pose, full wheel pose. So for full wheel, your hands would come next to your ears. This is a more stronger pose that requires a lot of mobility in the spine. So if it's your first time trying, maybe do the bridge a couple of times before coming into this one. Yeah? So either wheel or bridge pose. And then slowly coming down from wheel, tuck the chin into the chest. From bridge pose, lift the heels. Coming down, again, rock the knees from side to side. And then come back to center. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh and draw the legs in for ankle to knee. Usually an imbalance, it begins to feed itself. So when we're feeling heavy and sluggish and maybe a little lazy, then we tend to kind of continue or add more into it. We rest even more. We maybe eat heavier foods. We might not even try to motivate ourselves. And especially when the seasons change, we are more prone to go out of balance. So if you feel a sense of heaviness this spring or whatever time of the year it is, but especially in the springtime, just adding a little bit more of balancing acts. You can lower the left foot down and the right foot down, and then switch legs, left ankle over the right one. Draw the legs in close. And for Kapha dosha, anything that opens the chest and anything that warms up the body, keeps the body in motion, are really good balancing things. And here, lower the right foot down, the left foot down. We're going to take a short and sweet shavasana. So with Kapha imbalance, we don't want to hold shavasana too long so it doesn't kind of undo everything that we just did. So about 2-3 minutes, you can add a blanket under the head and just let your body rest. Your arms out wide, eyes closed. Now slowly begin to deepen the breath. Wiggle the fingers and toes. You can take a deeper breath in, stretch your arms overhead, point the toes forward and stretch your body long. And then draw the knees into the chest. You could rock from side to side. And either roll over to one side or you can rock back and forth a few times to come all the way up into a seated position. And then here, lengthen the spine, bring your palms to touch at the heart center. Allow the thumbs and the pinky fingers to stay together. Open the other fingers out to the sides for Padma Mudra, lotus flower blossoming at the heart. And lotus flower, it grows and blossoms through the mud. So even if we sometimes do feel muddy and stuck and sluggish, the potential of growing a beautiful flower is still there. It's always there. So through any kind of mud we're experiencing in our lives, we can grow this beautiful, beautiful flower. Rejoin the palms. bow your head down towards your hands and thank yourself for the practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a beautiful day.